Auntie Lauren gave that bear to me when I was a kid. His name is Griff, the PI bear, although he's more the geriatric bear these days.
I'm disappointed that Griff has never played a part in the story. I feel like Griff should be a main character instead of Joey. Maybe like Joey sat there and then Griff actually was our host. Our guide.
Sometimes I think about taking Griff down, but he's so old these days. I'll just leave him.
Griff deserves his own story.
I bought that clock at a tag sale years ago. It doesn't work, but for some reason I can't get rid of it.
For some reason you can't get rid of it? What does that mean?
I know it's broken, but I've had it for years. It stays.
What?
I stopped updating this calendar around the time Joey came into my life. There's probably a connection there. I've pretty much stopped updating that calendar, especially since I can download 100 calendar apps on my phone.
Yes.
Some articles I wrote for the Village Eye newspaper. I hated working there and the paper's been dead for years, but for some reason I can't take them down.
Are you insane? What do you mean for some reason you can't take them down?
I'd prefer to keep them.
Okay.
There's nothing in there. I go through much less paper since I gave up writing. I miss it sometimes, but I just can't seem to find the time anymore. Trust me, there's nothing in my trash worth taking. My old computer. I don't use it much since I got my phone.
Well, if you played more video games, you'd use it a lot more.
It takes about an hour to boot up these days.
What? You need a new computer.
The last article I ever wrote, and the first ghost I ever saved.
Alright, so I'm gonna recycle this from the previous games.
My parents' wedding. It's the only picture I have of them. They look so young.
Now I'm gonna recycle this from the previous game.
Auntie Lauren and me. This was just before all the troubles began.
Yes.
It's the intercom to the lobby. If anyone buzzes up, I can talk to them from here. Books on notable New Yorkers, all deceased. Never hurts to be prepared. I've already read them, and I've got the digital copies anyway.
Why we're okay?
Books on boat maintenance and navigation. I'm not making that mistake again. I've already read them, and I've got the digital copies anyway. This article is about the Meltzer Foundation. I suppose they did some good in the end, but the death toll was too high.
What happened to the Meltzer Foundation? Reuters reports that the Meltzer Foundation has closed its doors. The foundation was only recently the talk of the VC circuit, with the uncanny ability to pick winner after winner. It appeared they had the Midas touch. Through their efforts, they launched several careers in the arts, film, and science fields. The reasons behind the closure remains a mystery, as neither Paul Meltzer nor his co-founder and brother Charles could be reached for comment. Alright, well, they didn't actually change anything.
It's a poster for the film Water Under the Bridge. It starred Frank Lyons. For months I expected the police to come breaking down my door, but it's been a year and nothing.
Midtown double homicide still unsolved. What was noted philanthropist and charity worker Gavin Cord doing at the home of Lisa Tenzin, noted psychic and con woman? This is the question police have been asking themselves ever since they were both found dead inside Tenzin's home 6 months ago. Police investigations are continuing, but they ask that anyone with further information please contact the Midtown South Precinct. But Gavin didn't die by any unnatural means, right? So Lisa was shot. I think Lisa was shot. But Gavin was killed by the feedback when Rosangela resisted his attempts to feed off her, and so Gavin didn't die from like any suspicious wounds. So it wouldn't be double homicide because like Gavin wasn't shot, he wasn't punched, he wasn't choked. His brain got fried. So that this should have been Gavin killing Lisa and then he suffering some sort of head explosion and dying that way because he didn't. You know what I mean? Like he didn't die in a suspicious manner or in a way that would be suspicious to anyone.
This man's name is Danny Marconi. I only met him briefly, as a very old man.
Alright.
It's a picture of me and a former coworker of mine. Jeremy was a friend, kind of. I never did get to know him well. Not when he was alive, anyway.
That is the worst. That looks so bad. Look at that. That looks so bad. That looks so bad. What are you doing to her? Why does she look like that? That looks so bad.
Grandmother Patricia, my dad, and Auntie Lauren. I never met my grandmother. I don't think she was ever prepared for, well, this. I snuck this bottle out of a hospital room for a college kid named Susan Lee.
Why do you keep it?
These art tools belong to Claude Erdin. Everyone thinks he killed himself, but at least I know otherwise. My old notepad. I went through dozens of these before I upgraded to this phone.
Right.
It's a Gold Tech mug.
Why do you have this mug?
These were Auntie Lauren's favorite brand. I don't remember much from back then, but the smell reminds me of her.
That's kind of gross.
The seagull statue used to belong to Lisa Tenzin.
Wait, we took her statue?
That dog leash used to belong to my neighbor Nishanti. She gave it to me as a souvenir of how we met.
Where is she?
I've had it for years and it's only slightly coffee stained.
Where is Nishanti?
It's a portrait of Joe Gould. It used to hang in the Minetta Tavern.
Why do you have it? It's suspicious that you have all these things in your house. I still have that for some reason. No new emails. Now we have murdered man. We saw a man murdered last night and his ghost was torn apart right in front of us. No mention of the murder in the news. Perhaps the police know something, question mark. Grace? The murdered man last night said the name Grace. And that she wasn't safe. Okay. Cool story. Alright, let's get out of here.
Thank God the coffee stands are still open. I think I'm really going to need them.
It's your dime, sweetheart.
Wow, look at the water rippling. And then there's like cars and everything. Man. I mean, they really did a lot with the small number of pixels they used. Why did they use so few pixels? Look at this. Like, for the number of pixels they use in this game, they really use them well. Home police station, alright.
Oh, it's you. Had a feeling you'd swing by.
Feeling? Is that how you manage your cases, detective? Feelings?
Detective?
Uh-huh.
Mary Meehan.
You found a Jane Doe at the Carth House, right?
Yeah, what about it?
Her name was Mary Meehan. She was an actress with the Gotham Collective Theater Company.
You sure about that?
Yes.
I won't ask how you know that, but we'll check out that name and see if you're right. At the very least, we can locate the family and tell them what happened. Thanks. I guess we owe you another one.
Uh-huh.
I caught the evening news today. There wasn't one mention of the murdered man in Chelsea.
That program hasn't been the same since they replaced that blonde anchor woman.
Nobody else talked about it either. Not online, not any other news program, nobody. You must have suppressed the news. Why?
Because we're the cops, that's why. Look, before we take this any further, why are you so interested in this one? What makes this murder more important than any other?
He was looking for me. Do I want to tell him that? You're the one who sent me there.
You're the one who sent me there in the first place. That can't be a coincidence.
So, you think we sent this guy to your location to, what, get killed in front of you?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
You don't get to ask me anything. You need to tell me why this murder is so important.
He was looking for me. I'm a suspect. He was killed right in front of me. Am I a suspect?
I was there. You know I was there. Surely I'm a suspect.
You think I'm crazy? I made sure your name is nowhere near this thing. And unless you give me a good reason, it stays that way. So tell me, why is this murder so important?
That's not very professional of you.
He was killed right in front of me.
And what? Suddenly this makes it personal?
Well, kinda. It might have something to do with me.
Uh-huh. And why is that? Why is this murder so important?
This is just deliberately obtuse at this moment.
He was looking for me.
He was? Why?
I don't really know.
Uh-huh. Did you know the guy?
No, I didn't.
So, how did you know he was looking for you? Wait, let me guess. You just do.
He told me
Something
before
like
he
that.
died.
Something like that ain't good enough. What else you got?
You've trusted me before. Why can't you trust me again?
Trust has nothing to do with it. Look, I don't know what your deal is. I've never asked, and frankly, I don't want to know. But I do know that you've helped me clear a few cases. And once in a while, in return, I answer some of your questions. That's fine. Quid pro quo. It's not in the rule book, but it's how we get things done. But this case, it goes way up. We can't bring in anyone from outside. Not without a good reason. So give me one. Why is this murder so important?
I know I'm... Alright, I'm just gonna go on a tangent here. I don't know if you can see this in the video, but I just realized that there are twice... No, yeah, so there are twice as many pixels in the game than there are in the graphics. Because you see the mouse cursor. I can move the mouse cursor so that like half of the pixel is like, you see like this line in the artwork. Maybe I should use this one. So you see this line, the edge of this brick wall here. So right there, the edge of the mouse cursor is against the edge of the wall. And then I can move it half so that like half the first pixel of the mouse cursor is on one side and the other half is on the other. And then I move it one further along and then the whole pixel is inside. So like, you know, you see the pixels on the mouse cursor, there's actually twice as many pixels in the game than there are in the graphics. And I don't know why they did that. Anyway.
I couldn't begin to explain it. It's more than just a murder, more horrible than just a killing.
Uh-huh. Any details on what that could be?
It needs to be stopped, that's all.
Sorry. I know we got an arrangement, but my hands are tied.
Fine, if that's the way it is.
For what it's worth, it's nothing personal. You got other questions, I'm here. Just don't ask about this case. You get me?
Yeah, I get you.
Just don't ask about this case. Just don't ask. Well, we won't ask him about this case then, since he says that. Can I take your car for a ride?
I probably shouldn't mess with the police car, especially in front of a police officer.
Can I borrow it?
It's just a police car. There's nobody inside.
I'll promise to bring it back. Mostly in one piece. Police Department, Midtown South Precinct.
The station looks empty. There's just one officer manning the desk.
Should I go in?
You really don't want to go in there.
Oh, really?
Look, you and I have an arrangement. I have to keep it quiet, but it works. You go in there and start bugging my colleagues, it will come back to bite both our asses. And neither of us wants that.
Okay, fine.
But I have to report a missing... Never mind. Alright, Joey, you go inside.
Keep our friend busy. I'm gonna sniff around.
Not that I don't appreciate the company, but why the heck are you just standing there?
Oh, I was just admiring the brickwork.
The brickwork.
Sure. When was this building built?
That's pretty funny.
A water cooler in case the scorching hot weather gets too much for you.
I got no idea.
Low-rise bonding.
It says authorized personnel only beyond this point. Fortunately, I think that only applies to living people.
Whatever.
At the bottom are the words Alex Silva, Commissioner.
Alex Silva, huh?
Just a cop manning the front desk.
Alright, well, good for him.
A modern gizmo, probably some kind of phone. It usually is.
Pretty cold to be just standing around.
Isn't that what you're doing?
I'm a cop in front of a cop station. What's your excuse?
Looks like some kind of duty roster. Nothing relevant.
Look at it. Never
waiting
mind.
for a cab.
The plaque on the door reads Interrogation Room A. Aha! There's our guy. His name is George Austin, according to this note. Looks like he lived on the Upper West Side.
George Austin, do not talk to the press.
That's definitely the spook we saw. According to this note, his name is George Austin. According.
Alright, cool. George Austin of Piero?
It says Piero. I have no idea who that is. I'm not going to investigate every desk I see.
Why
I don't even
not?
know who this Piero person is. The name on this nameplate says Disher. I have no idea who that... I'm not going to... I don't even...
You're so bad. Alright, let's go into the rooms.
Just a small interrogation room. It's empty.
Alright, go in the other room.
Just a small
Alright, go in the elevator.
Just as I thought.
That's disappointing. Alright, well, we found a thing. I suppose we go back out.
On a night like this, might take a while.
Blow the police officer.
No reaction. That's cops for you.
Maybe.
Alright. Well, we've got that, so, alright, later. George Austin.
This is some lobby. Careful you don't break anything, we'll be in hock for life. Well, your life anyway, not mine.
That vase looks more expensive than everything in my apartment put together. How did they change the bulbs on that thing?
With a ladder?
I don't recognize the artist, but it looks peaceful enough.
That looks like a Bob Ross painting, look at that. That's a Bob Ross painting.
He's watching my every move.
Is he? What if you walk over here? Oh, he is watching you, amazing! Left and right, left and right.
Hi.
Yes, miss?
I'm looking for George Austin. Is he in?
No, he's not. Sorry.
Huh.
Is there any way I can look inside George's apartment? It's really important.
That's probably...
Sorry. Unless you've been authorized, I can't let you in.
Do you know where George Austin is?
I really couldn't say. Sorry.
Right.
Can you tell me anything about George?
I really couldn't, sorry. If you want to know him, you should ask him yourself.
Does the name Grace mean anything to you?
Sorry. Nobody named Grace lives here.
It's kind of funny that the game allows you to ask random people random questions. Alright, so he doesn't know anything about George.
Miss, I'm sorry, but you can't go back there. Residents only.
Oh, sorry.
Really? Residents only. Well, Joey... Actually, what do I have in my...
Thank God for 24-hour coffee stands. I should have enough hot fuel to last me the rest of the night.
Alright, we're gonna use coffee to solve every puzzle, I suppose. So, Joey, what is back there? What's this box?
Looks like it's full of old clothes.
That's weird.
Don't know what I can do with it. It says Holiday Clothing Drive. It's cold this winter. Please leave your old clothes in the box below for people less fortunate than you. It's signed by George Austin.
George Austin, apartment 12A. It's cold this winter. Please leave your old clothes in the box below for people less fortunate than you. George Austin, apartment 12A. Alright. That's handy.
Yep, it's...
Can't you float up? It's... I don't know, like the game... It's a bit inconsistent, right? Because he can float up. Why can't he just go straight up? And so now we know he's in 12A.
Hi.
Yes, miss?
I, heard that George Austin was having a clothing drive here.
Oh, yes. George does it every year. He brings the box to Grace himself.
Oh. Grace?
Can you tell me anything else about the clothing drive?
No, but if you have any old clothes, feel free to give them to me. I'll put them in the box.
Better not. If you did that, you wouldn't have any clothes left.
You said that George takes the clothes to Grace.
Yes, he does. He has an attachment to the place, even though we've got a fine church in this area.
Church? So by Grace you meant Grace Church?
Yeah, the one downtown. What did you think I meant?
Nothing. Never mind. Thanks.
Sure.
Grace Church. Okay. Bye.